Hey guys, welcome to this video. This is the top 5 most disappointing weapon ashes in a weapon that I have seen in Elden Ring. And we're gonna go up with the first one, which is the Dragon Scale Blade.
Number 5.
It's very disappointing because when you're trying to use this ash, you get hit and you can't really do it. But it's actually very slow, as you can see, and when you're trying to fight people, people can dodge it pretty easy. So right now you can see I'm hitting the enemy with it. It's pretty strong, but at what cost? I mean, really, it's way too slow, and I rarely see anybody use this. Maybe out of 100 fights, I'll probably see like one person use it. Number 4, Rose's Axe. So, Rose's summons is this ash, and the problem with this ash is that it doesn't go anywhere. It's way too slow, and when you're trying to use it against enemies, you will get beat up pretty fast. So, and it's not really worth it. As you can see, it's very slow. So, I mean, that enemy didn't attack me, but I'll get an enemy to attack me in a second. So as we can see, you can get out of it. The good thing is the tedious stones, they stay, the summons, but it's way too slow and it's very easy to dodge them. So it's not a weapon that I really recommend at all. And as we can see, it doesn't have long range either. It's just in there in the front of your face. It doesn't really, if you lock on, it doesn't go as far. But if you actually use the spell, which is tedious summons, with this, you can actually see that it goes pretty far away. But I think that's a very dumb thing that they did. I don't know why they only made it so that you can't really summon anything super far away with it. I think it's kind of dumb, but this is the one reason why I dislike this weapon. So that's why a lot of people don't really use it, because it's way too slow, it's very predictable, and nobody actually can get hit with it, and it's very short range. By the time you do this to somebody in their face, you're getting slapped, man. Oh yeah, it's not one of my favorite weapons at all. Coming at number 3 is the Staff of the Avatar. So this is an ash of war that I really liked. When I saw it for the first time, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a very awesome skill, and I really liked it. But the thing that made it very disappointing is when you hit people, when you hit enemies that are by themselves, PvE, it's actually pretty nice, and you have a lot of poise with it. But what I dislike about it is that when you're fighting people, it's very easy to dodge, and it's not a very preferable ash. And you can see you can actually block that, which actually really sucks. And you can see that when you finish attacking, you stay there. You can't dodge, you can't do anything. You're literally just there at the mercy of the enemy. So as these guys know, a lot of enemies, they have a bunch of life and poise. So these guys have low poise, and they die pretty easy because of the damage I'm doing. But if you're fighting bosses and everything, it's an attack that leaves you very vulnerable. So if you're fighting a big boss, let's say Malenia or something, or Radahn, yeah, that's gonna kill you, man. It's not very preferable. It's nice. I always liked that. When I saw it for the first time, I thought it was gonna be flashy, but in the end, it kind of screwed me over, and I have died a lot of times. I have died so many times where I lost count. So yeah, it's not a very preferable weapon. I don't really like it as much. Number 2, so the Ice Ring Hatchet. I hate the Hoarfrost Stump. So at first it looks pretty cool, and you're like, oh man, that's pretty nice. It reminds you of Frida. When you play this, people that play Dark Souls games know what I'm talking about. But the thing is, it's very slow, it leaves you open, and you can't really attack anybody because it's very easy to dodge, and it doesn't inflict that much frost damage on it either. So it's not really good. Right now you see the enemies are flinching, but when you use this on fighting or an enemy that has defense, you can see that I'm just getting beat up. So it's not very preferred. And one thing about this weapon, which sucks, as you can see, when I'm fighting this big guy, it's taking him way too many hits. Instead of other weapons where if you use one time, it's actually pretty good. But yeah, it's pretty nice when you get to kill a bunch of enemies that are like lower level, but I would not use this to fight any enemy that has a lot of poise and they're a group of enemies that attack fast, or in PvP. This weapon, Ash, actually got nerfed very early in the game because a lot of people were using it and they were complaining, so they made this stomp a lot slower, and they really butchered it because nobody uses it anymore. But at first, when everybody had the option of using it, it was pretty good. Everybody used it and it was very irritating. But when they try to nerf it, they nerfed it so bad that nobody uses this weapon anymore. The Ash, it's dead. And if you see somebody use it on PvP, well, when they do this, you can literally do a jump attack and you can just instantly kill someone, or you can shoot them from far away, or just roll out of the way because it's way too slow. So this is why this Ash of War is very disappointing. Number 1, the Grafted Dragon. The Bear Witness Ash. This is a boss weapon that you get. It's a fist. The most disappointing thing about this weapon, Ash, it looks flashy as heck. And when I saw it the first time, I was like, man, this is gonna be awesome, man. I'm gonna be destroying so many people. But when I actually hit an enemy, I noticed it doesn't do that much damage. And I was like, wait a second. So you miss a bunch of shots. The only way you can do massive damage if you're in somebody's face and you actually hit them. But the thing is, the Ash is so slow that you will get hit and it doesn't give you that poise at all. It just, you get destroyed. You get annihilated. So I'm going to show you with this guy. Oh, I mean, so as you can see, it's very slow. They actually added a little bit of poise, which is actually pretty nice. But if you're fighting people in PvP fights, it's not a weapon that I recommend at all because you will get hit very fast. It's a very good weapon for PvE sometimes. But if you're fighting an enemy that actually hits you really hard and just knocks you off, I would not recommend it. And the other thing I hate about this weapon was you can't dual wield it. So for the fist, normally I'm trying to make it two-handed, but when you have a fist, it actually splits the fist into both hands so you can attack. So in this weapon, in this case, you can't do that. They don't allow it. And this Ash, people dodge it like crazy. So it's not one of my favorite Ashes. I really got really hyped up when I saw it for the first time. But you gotta be in their faces. You literally gotta be in the enemy's faces to actually do damage, as much damage as you can. But it's not a very easy thing to do. So those are my 5 weapons that I found and I was very disappointed in. And when I used the Ash for the first time, I just did not use it. That's why a lot of people don't really use it either. So guys, leave a like, subscribe, let me know what you think of this video, and as always, I hope you enjoy. Peace.